asking them to pay attention to as a group? If you could do a little tweak moving forward, what do you
Well,
want
I
it to
think
be?
in the home games, I think a big thing has been before half-time in games we've let down. And we've been in situations twice, the last 2 games, where we were pretty comfortable at 2-0, and then we've let the other team back in. And that has happened on just too many occasions. I'm really disappointed and frustrated by that. But I'm really happy with the way the players have responded and how they've done in the second half, and they've done that on a few games now. So we need to make sure that when we get ahead, the intensity stays high and we're very practical and pragmatic. And as the game goes on, if you're still 2-0, then you've got a chance to go and score 3 or 4 because the other team will probably lose a bit of intensity and maybe even give up. But before half-time, they're not going to give up. So we can't drop our intensity levels, and we need to absolutely improve on that.
Coach, it was game 2 on the new turf. That's 6 goals in the 2 games. You raved about it after the first game at home. What exactly plays differently about it? Is it simply that the ball settles quicker, or what do you see that makes your offense click on the new surface?
Well, the old surface was like playing on your dining room table. It was like brick hard, the ball moved all over the place, you didn't know whether it was going to bounce one way or another, and it was just an absolute mess. And so it was very hard for me watching that, because I know, having especially seen our team on the road, how good we are and how good we can play. But at home, for all those games, we couldn't really demonstrate it very well. And I knew one of the reasons was the surface. And I think since the surface has changed, you've seen a difference in our play, you've seen a difference in the chances created, you've seen a difference in the goals that we've scored, you've seen a lot more from people like Ben Spies and Jack as well. So the surface has made a big difference. Obviously, even a step beyond that, in the future, all being well, one day would be a grass field, and I think we would play unbelievably well on that. But right now, this is our field, and this is where we play, and we're enjoying it.
What can you tell us about the return of a guy like Dylan Maris? He scored a goal. He's back at home. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, we're really excited to have him. He's a quality player. I think that he did well for Indy 11 before. He's a fan's favourite. I think he's an even better player now. I think he's developed a lot in his game and his tactical awareness. And you saw there not only the finish, but his decision making. And what you maybe didn't see was Ben Spies made a fantastic overlapping run, which brought a defender away, and Sooney made a great fading run, which stretched the defence. So there was a lot in that goal, but the finish was the most important part of it. And it was great to see him doing that. That hopefully makes him feel part of the team, and gets him off to a great start. So now we're really glad he's here.
Any more additions or subtractions coming up? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Looking at the stats, there were 10 offsides. Is that some of what they were doing, or was it just our guys not?
Honestly, I saw some replays, and there's no way they were offside. Like, this line's got more fields on it than any soccer field in the world, and somehow it didn't help get it right. So that was disappointing, because we were timing our runs really well. Not everyone maybe, but the ones that I saw the replay of, we were onside. And those were actually 1v1 opportunities. And so there's a number of things like that which I think made the game a little bit more difficult tonight than it maybe should have been. But character of the players shone through, and in the end we managed to get the win.
It looked like you were purposefully trying for those balls to go to the top a little bit at times. Was there something with the defense that you saw there?
Yeah, they were quite high and quite square, and so we wanted to exploit that, and I think, well, we did. We scored from it, but I feel like we probably should have got more. Simply because the offsides, I don't think we're actually right all the time. Okay.
I was just asking, any more roster shakeup before the end of the season? Do you have room for that? Or?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm really thankful to Ursol for giving us Dylan. He makes a big difference to our team, and I think he knows that. He obviously has seen him play more, even more than me, because he was here for so long. But I know, very glad that Dylan's here, and as am I, as are all the team. So I think we've got lots of good players. We just need to really combine now and put it all together for the next part of the season.
And speaking of Dylan, you've got a bunch of guys on this roster that can score, make plays, but besides maybe a healthy passer, you don't have too many guys who can kind of go at guys 1v1. Talk about that element that Dylan kind of brings to the offense now.
Yeah, I think he does it under very good control, and he can do it in central areas, which is quite key. And while he's doing that, he can also find people with passes. I think we do have guys who can do it. I think also the surface now does help, and I think we're getting some decent movements. Seth can do it, Nathan can do it, we see Matt Watson doing it, Kevin Venegas can do it, Iosi can. But to your point, Tyler Pasher, for example, is a guy who really does it well. So overall, we're always looking for more guys who can do that, and it eliminates the defender and it makes it hard for the opposition.
one last question for me.
Yep.
It was a pretty physical game. We've had some issues with injuries. Was there anybody that came off looking like they might have?
I'm not sure yet because I haven't gone back, but I don't think so. I mean, I'm from Scotland, so that wasn't a physical game for me, but I know what you mean. There was lots of little bumps and bruises, but I don't think so. I think everybody, hopefully, will be okay. And one of the things we're trying to do, we're playing all these games in a row, so we're trying to freshen up the team. And you know, I think there's a lot of games tonight, and I bet a lot of them are ties, because a lot of times teams are playing a lot of games and they end up tied. So we'll see. Maybe not, but that often happens when teams are in the middle of a lot of games. It's good for us to keep it fresh and to get it win.
And it looked like you had quite a big contingent of family and friends here tonight.
Yeah.
How often do they get to come to the games, and how great was it to pick up the 3 points in front of them?
Yeah, quite often now, because a lot of them are in Michigan, and so it's probably the closest that I've really had family and friends anywhere that I've coached. And so that's really a fun thing for me and for my family. And when they've been coming, we've been winning, so I'm inviting them back all the time. So yeah, it's nice. Always nice to be around friends and family, and it's nice here. I'm making a lot of friends, getting to know a lot of people, and I feel like we're building something good here. And so I think it's exciting for the fans. It's exciting for me as a coach, and for everybody involved. That the club's making good progress, good momentum. We're fighting through it. It's not easy, but we're getting there.